Howdy, I'm CyberX with All Minecraft. And today we're gonna be watching this Minecraft Taylor from the dumpster fire that is Mojang in Microsoft IPs these days. After what we've seen with Halo, Star Wars, Star Trek, um, what was the one we just had? Hold on, I gotta look it up. 'Cause I keep forgetting the name. What was the one we just had? Oh, uh, Borderlands. Yeah, after the the Borderlands debacle, um, it's it seemed like Mojang and Microsoft and Warner Brothers are trying to give Borderlands a run for their money and all of those other bad canceled shows. Wasn't Star Wars just canceled like 2 weeks ago for how trash and dumpster fire and hated it is and how much it's ruining the Star Wars IP and just driving millions of fans away? Um, and yet we get this. Let's, I guess, start with the teaser because that came out first.
Right this way.
I'm sure you've already seen this though, so let's just pause. Right off the bat, um,
Right this way.
you can't even do this most of the stuff in the game. You can't even do. I have windmills and they won't render at this distance because entities don't render this far and alpha blocks don't render this far. So one, it's dishonesty in advertising because Minecraft can't do this. I guess you could say Java with mods, kind of. They're so ashamed of their Minecraft clouds normally that look that they even changed them in the game. Something that we've been asking for more than 5 years, a lot more since shaders removed, and we could do this in shaders. But Mojang refuses to give us access to just change out the clouds. We're stuck with the shitty ass clouds that obviously even this studio that's making Warner Brothers and whoever's making this movie think that those blocks are bad. They didn't even use them in their content. Okay, right here, this looks like fake grass. What do they call it? Alpha turf. That doesn't sound right. Whatever they use for football fields, it looks like this is just turf. You can't see the lines of the grass, so you can't see the blocks like you normally would, making it just completely break the Minecraft feel. I've wanted to do seamless blocks like this. It's currently requested in the FAQs, and it's not even on the the plan. It's not even on the plan out 2 or 3 years to get connected blocks. So another you can do this in Java and Optifine, but this is another false advertising where they're trying to tell people and show people that haven't made Minecraft, look, oh, the movie can do this, so of course when you go play Minecraft, it's going to have seamless blocks and waterfalls and clouds that don't look like shit and atmospheric fog that doesn't look like shit. None of that exists in the game. We've asked for it for many, many, many years in the game, but they won't give it to us. They're focused on dumb shit that is just ruining things. Mojang's a dumpster fire right now. Just instantly how shocking and I mean, people for the last 4 years of me making HD content come into my channels and come into my content almost daily and tell me how cursed my stuff is and how trashed it is and how much they hate it and I should quit doing what I'm doing. The toxicity in the Minecraft community over HD and polymeshes is insane, and yet this is what they present to us. This is what they give out to us, a live action video that breaks every single one of the Mojang style rules that they force down our throats and say, we have to follow these rules when they don't follow those rules themselves, even in their own games, like the sniffer bullshit. And then you see this and you're like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, who's running? What DEI hire thought that live action was a good option? Hmm? Which one? Name them so they can get fired and we can go back to having the best of the best run these studios instead of the most diverse. Because there's no way the best of the best running this studio, knowing their customer base and knowing the community, would pick this bullshit as what they were going to put out as the Minecraft movie. Just wouldn't happen. Same thing with Star Wars, same thing with Star Trek. Anybody that knows Star Trek or knows Star Wars, we all know that Star Wars, the people that did the last I'm sorry, the people that did the last Star Trek never had watched Star Trek. They'd never seen a single episode of Star Trek. They were brought in and they just ruined it, ran it to the ground. With Picard, it is offensive. It's so bad. It's so horrific. Every one of their attempts has just been offensive to the core audience, the IP itself, Roddenberry himself, all the beliefs that he put into Star Trek have just been destroyed and just shit on by these DEI hires that don't love the IP, don't know the community, never been involved in it, just get hired by some executive to come in and make some shitty ass game. Here we go, and that's what we're getting here, and that's what we got with Borderlands, and that's what we've got with most of these. There's so much money involved. For some reason, they can't actually let fans and real people do it. They have to give it to some big name nobody gives a rat's ass about that made some action film, and nobody cared about the action film. Especially in this community. And so it's just a joke. This is the dumpster fire that is Minecraft. And it's not Minecraft, it's Mojang. I mean, this is not Minecraft. And by the way, we can do this in Minecraft right now. We could put this level of detail and this level of entities in Minecraft. But look what Minecraft staff or Mojang staff say when we ask, will polymeshes be supported for blocks? And for we have it for entities kind of now, but you have to kind of jury rig it. It is supported by the Bedrock engine natively, and there's staff to the creator's face in essence. I mean, as much as face you can do in chat, to a customer, told the customer that polymeshes is cursed. They have definitely no plans to extend it, and yet 2 days later we get this shit as the movie. So you're telling me if a customer wanted to replicate this that they saw in the movie in Minecraft so they could play with it and replicate what the movie showed, Mojang is going to tell those customers that that's cursed content and that content doesn't belong in Minecraft, even though Minecraft marketing and Minecraft executives are shoving this shitty ass, movie down our throat. There's a huge disconnect between the staff at Mojang and the executives at Mojang and the IP and them putting hate on their customers. I mean, to me, this comment is toxic. This is the toxic part of the Minecraft community where even people at Mojang thinks it's okay to go to their customers and tell their customers that their creations are cursed. If this was my 8-year-old daughter and she just built this in Blockbench and got this polymesh all set up and it was beautiful and she put it in the game and she showed it to Mojang and Mojang said, that's cursed, who the fuck do you people think you are? You work for us. We're the customer. You're the company. We buy your product. You sell the product. You don't curse us. You don't come to us and tell us especially when you have a lot of kid creators and first-time creators, that their content is cursed. That if they use polymeshes, that's cursed. What kind of douchebag would go around telling kids and creators that their content is cursed? That's toxic. That's offensive. It's unacceptable, should not be allowed in this community, and anybody that does that should be fired. Those people that work for Mojang that are going around and telling their customer creations are cursed should be fired. If you go to Home Depot and I take a birdhouse down with me, and I go into Home Depot and said, "Hey, I need some extra glue and paint. I'm going to paint this birdhouse I made," and the employee looks me in the eye and says, "That's cursed. I'm not going to help you." You wouldn't expect that customer or that employee to be fired. You wouldn't expect to get a complaint to the store manager how rude and how unprofessional these people are. Yet Mojang's running the largest game IP studio in the world, and their staff can go around telling customers that the content that they're creating is cursed because the format it uses. Oh, by the way, the same people that work for Microsoft, where 99% of all the content in all the games that are made is polymesh, you're telling 99% of all of the customers out there of Microsoft that polymeshes are cursed? Why are we hiring these DEI hires and getting diversity if they disrespect and treat customers this way? Why are we putting people that are not the best of the best in these positions that fail? We had almost a week of Realms down for 600,000 people. We had Worlds deleted recently. Worlds deleted. They deleted customer data from their computers with an update. How much more failure do you need before these teams are fired and replaced with the best of the best and the quality people? Whoever decided live action video or movie was the right choice for Minecraft should be fired today, right now. You should call them up on the phone and you should say, "You're fired." This is a dumpster fire. This is insane that this is what you're putting out to show off Minecraft to the world. It's insulting, it's offensive, it's toxic, and yet your own staff say that it's cursed. Your own staff tell customers making something like this is cursed. Doing HD isn't allowed in Marketplace because it's cursed. Doing any of this stuff, having animated plants. We can't have animated plants because that's cursed. You can't have HD. You can't have all of this stuff. Most of the stuff doesn't even work in the game right now, today, and hasn't worked for 4 or 5 years. A lot of it worked under HCF, but that was too janky, so they took it away from us. Holiday creator features. So this is just appalling. Once again, people need to be fired.
What the hell?
So now you're cussing in a Minecraft G-rated movie? Was it not G-rated? Oh, there's not even a... Well, that's illegal. There's not even a appropriate for all audience warnings on their trailer. How is that not violating the child protective rules that the Hollywood is agreed to for MPA? Why doesn't this video have an MPA entry to it? So now you've got a main customer in Minecraft that's supposed to be for kids saying hell. I even see in the chat there's staff that double hockey sticks or, heck, or they'll avoid that language, but it's okay in the movie. It's okay if we have some black lady in the movie saying hell. What the hell? Ha 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 ha. Once again, what's the demographic and audience for this movie, and who is making these decisions? Who in the hell is making these decisions? You notice the particles floating around. Gotta love that.
What the hell?
Anything you can dream about here, you can make.
It's so right there. Anything you can dream about. I love this statement because it's insane. Anything you can dream about in here, you can make, except HD content because Microsoft won't allow that on Marketplace and thinks that's cursed and tells you it's cursed. Except polymeshes because Mojang staff say those are cursed. Once again, this is Mojang staff in their own words. This is a quote. Polymesh is cursed. Definitely no plans to extend this. Even though Bedrock supports it, there's, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people that use mods in Java that use polymeshes. Perfectly happy with them. All of those people are using cursed content, and Mojang doesn't think you should be. They have no plans to extend this out so you can use it for blocks or other things. Yet, this is what they're giving you. A creeper polymesh. A tree polymesh. Every one of these is a polymesh. You notice that the creeper didn't kill him. You notice that how do you do a movie like this with no blood? How do you do a real action movie where the game has slavery? Most Minecraft players enslave villagers. How do you address slavery? How do you address the piglins and have a live action movie with no blood at all? And then all of a sudden, somehow, Steve's magical. Steve's a wizard. Steve does magic now.
Who are you?
I am Steve.
A fat old Steve with lots of facial hair and stuff that you can't replicate in the game. Because that would take polymeshes.
Okay.
This guy is such a tool bag.
So now calling someone else a tool bag is okay as well. Like, I'm just a guy. I'm a customer, right? I make add-ons. These are the people representing the IP and the corporation of Microsoft and Mojang and Minecraft. And calling Steve or another person as a tool bag, that's what you want little kids to be running around telling people and saying? It's insane. It's insane. Just so you know, I make HD content. I've been trying to make this in Minecraft for 4 years. They won't help us or let us make this in Minecraft. This isn't allowed. So another question is, what happens when Steve wants to or needs to kill a pig or kill a sheep to eat? Are they gonna have Steve butcher the llama or the pig on screen and then fry up his steak on the stove? You're gonna have him put it on a campfire? Are they gonna gloss over all of those concepts? Just cherry pick out these things. Oh, piglins are okay. It's okay to kill piglins. It's okay to have a war of piglins. But you can't kill pigs. You can't eat. We can't slaughter animals. We can't, go that way with it. That's too much for Minecraft, even though it's in the core game, and you go kill hordes of things. You kill everything in the game. You kill the Ender Dragon. No, we can't. You can't have that type of stuff. Why did they shoot an arrow at the llama and then just run past him? And it's in IMAX. Like, what a joke. So all those saying Mojang's not involved, Mojang Studios is on it. Warner Brothers is on it. Whoever the hell this is on. Whoever the hell. Oh, I said hell! Good thing my demographic is not kids. My demographic is adults. Your demographic is kids. I also would love to know, are these monetized? Are these, they have comments on them. Isn't this being put out for a kid? For kids? That's what they keep saying. So why is this have comments and being monetized? Why isn't this checked for kids? YouTube, where are you? Why aren't you holding these studios accountable? Do you notice they used the same, they didn't even have the courage to give us other options. Do you also notice that the shadows are completely broken? Look how far the shadows are stretching out to the side. See the shadow here at the tree is a circle around it, which doesn't happen in Minecraft either. But look at the human shadows are way over here. Like they didn't even get the basics right. That's why it looks so bad. Is their foot shadows like here look bad, and then you can't even see. Look how far they stretch. So they just had a light offset over here, and then they just stretch it off, and it looks horrific. It doesn't look natural at all. The shadowing is so bad. Like look here, the shadow on there would be a hard line. It wouldn't stretch all the way out to here. Same thing with the plants. There's one reason it just looks so horrific. He's just wearing like these shitty ass jeans as well. Like these. They definitely have their diversity checkboxes done.
What the hell?
It's the same thing. So the teaser was just bullshit, just useless crap. You can't do this. You can do this in educational, but you can't do this in normal Minecraft, so that's false advertising. Yeah, that doesn't happen either. That's false advertising. That doesn't happen either.
Anything you can dream about.
That happens. I love that they bring up one of the stupidest things about Minecraft, that leaves don't fall, and we can't do this right now. That's also in the Q&A. Falling blocks is in here, and I don't know. Chances are we're not going to get that for a long time. They say they're going to give us an example of falling blocks soon, supposedly, but I don't. I have no confidence in Mojang's team. I mean, look at this. Who could watch this and say, Mojang's doing a great job. Mojang's really, really kicking ass. Look at this great, amazing live-action movie that they just came out with. But Mojang's not part of this. Mojang has nothing to do with it. Well, Mojang Studios on the credits.
About here you can make.
Once again, you can't make any of this. Let's go back. Anything you imagine you can make. So let's look at that. You can't make human characters because polymeshes are cursed. You definitely can't make them for Marketplace. You can put them in the game, but Mojang won't support you or let you make money or do anything with them. You can't make trees or bushes like this. You can't do these skinny blocks because that's not allowed. It's too small of a block. You can't do that. You can't do alpha blocks that render at any more than 70 blocks. So pretty much everything from like this line back, all of those leaves would disappear and wouldn't render. None of this would render. So none of that in the back would render other than just the basic mountains, but none of the alphas would render. The water doesn't look like that. The clouds don't look like that. You can't change the clouds. You can't, you can do these bushes, but you can't animate them very well right now because if you use custom geo blocks and you can't animate them, So there's no real way to animate these. You could try to use particles on them, but all of that is really difficult because Mojang's got their head up their ass. Oh no, I said a bad word. I said ass. Um, let's see. The grass can't have seamless textures like this. I know because I I'm, I make seamless textures like that. I'm the only one. Yeah, I think I'm the only one in all of Minecraft Bedrock to do seamless textures. Um, so you can even see like I have them still broken slightly apart so that they still give some of the grid fill because most people want the grid fill. But see how my gravel goes right into the other stuff and all of these mix in and it looks like a, an actual field. Uh, yeah, you can't do that natively. You can't do that in Minecraft without severe magic and pain and hordes of weeks. And when we ask, can we please do this? They say, no, 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 no. Yet this is so horrific and looks so bad that when they send it off to a movie studio and say, hey, represent this to the public, they say that looks so trash that we've got to change it. We can't have the lines in there. It looks horrible. We got to make this seamless. Well, that's funny because that's what CyberAxe has been saying about the game all this time. That, hey, I personally would like to have seamless textures in my world. Once again, they say anything you can dream of, you can do. That is false advertising. That's false advertising to the point they should be sued. Because that's not anywhere close to true. Not anywhere close. And if you dream something like polymeshes or HD textures, then you're cursed. And the community tells you that constantly so that you leave the community and don't make that content because you're not welcome here. And if you would like, I have a video talking about my experiences with those toxic people for 4 years and how horrific it is and how much it hurts, um, and how hard it is to do Minecraft development with such a toxic community.
What the hell?
Anything you can dream about here, you can make.
The floating blocks like that's not how it works for one, and you can't change those either.
Who are you?
Steve doesn't talk at all. None of the characters in the game talk. Them adding talking to the characters is what they called cursed. I know because I have talking characters. Almost everything in this movie I've done in the game or tried to do and just run into non-stop problems. Just non-stop people that bash what I do, constantly are telling me how horrible it is. Mojang's own staff are saying that if you use this stuff, you're cursed. One of my dreams was to have all of the animals and the characters voiced over. And it'd just be a toggle, somebody toggle on.
If just one more person asked me why did the chicken cross the road, I'm gonna lose it, man. People are gonna be asking why did the chicken lose it? Why did the chicken go crazy, man? Why did the chicken go postal? I tell you why the chicken go postal, because you keep asking the chicken why he crossed the road. You don't ask the rabbit. You don't ask the squirrel. The lizard? They all cross roads. We all cross roads. What's your obsession with chickens?
And then just to prove, I'm not full of shit, here's one of my plays on this concept of an HD portal and having my HD animals. And I don't have any polymesh animals shown in here. But I get so much hate for this stuff, and yet Mojang can tell us it's cursed. It's not allowed in Marketplace. It breaks all of the standards and rules, and it's against the rules. And yet, they can come out with, this shit.
I'm Steve. Okay.
This guy is such a tool bag.
Again, really? They don't make noise when they're chewing or eating. Oh look, Mojang Studios, right there. There's only 4 tags and only 3 of them are studios. Warner Brothers, who I assume is publishing it, Legendary, who I assume is making it, and Mojang, who's responsible for it to meet their standards. So Mojang has approved of all of this, yet if you try to do any of this in the game, it's cursed. If you try to do any of this in Marketplace, it's not allowed. That absolutely seems like false advertising and, in my opinion, a crime. It'd be nice if I had millions of dollars to afford lawyer fees to sue people like this, but is what it is. So there you go. Let's really quick jump over and I really like the clouds. Let's show you what most of the stuff you've seen I have guides on too. So if you're interested in doing bedrock Minecraft and doing some of this stuff, then I've got guides on how to do all of this. So here you go. So here's my cloud system in Minecraft Bedrock. Since we can't use polymeshes, we're still doing, cubed style HD models. If we could use polymeshes, these would look a lot better. Absolutely. So I got falling leaves before they added falling leaves. Seamless-ish textures for here for grass. These don't go block to block. You still see the hard lines. But you see such a massive difference. You got birds flying around. You got ambient audio. You have birds making noises. You got leaves gathering on the ground. You've got the sun. We can't animate suns, by the way. That's something we've asked to be able to do for a long time. We can't animate the moons. We can't animate the stars. I have to remove the stars from a toggle and then add in my own stars with particles. Everything you see in here is pretty much just particles. So those are just insane numbers of particles. So same thing with the clouds, they're just particles. Because this is the only way they allow us to do it. You have to turn off the clouds with a toggle, and then you have to use these janky-ass methods to have... And you can see the stars are on the inside of the moon, because I can't change the moon to be closer or fix this because of the jank. Because they won't help us with any of these features. And yet... Oh, and you saw the rainbow. You got a nice rainbow there. Also not in the game. So you see that, like, we're trying to do some of these things. We're trying to make Minecraft better for us. So our dreams are to have good clouds and to have seamless textures and to have maybe polymeshes, have talking animals, but we're not allowed to do any of this because that's cursed according to Mojang's staff statements. So what really? How is this not false advertising? You're telling people this is Minecraft. And then you're telling the creators that want to put that stuff in Minecraft that polymeshes and how they do it in a format they used is cursed. How is this not toxic? Why are these people allowed to be employed at Microsoft? The people that constantly tell us about diversity and how important it is to be inclusive with everybody is flat out telling customers, we don't want you here. You're not welcome here. And yet your own movie with Mojang's branding on it has all of this stuff that you're telling creators is not welcome in your own movie. It doesn't even make logical sense. Once again, Mojang and Microsoft, whoever's running this stuff, this is a dumpster fire. You guys should be fired, removed, and the best of the best should be hired again. The people that made this product what it was should be hired, and the people that are running it in the ground and destroying it should be fired. So, I'm CyberX with Outlandishly Crafted, and this has been my opinion of this just horrific experience with Mojang staff, and this movie, and how out of touch these people are. These are some of the most out of touch people I think that there are in the game industry. I thought Halo 343 was out of touch. You know, I thought, I mean, even Destiny's been run into the ground now, and they're in serious trouble. And it's really, it's really appalling, um, just to see how bad this is going for them, and then to not see any executive or management or stockholders or the board step in and say, what the hell are you guys doing? Um, you know, they're just sitting back and watching the dumpster fire burn. I really think that this might be a tax write-off. This has been in development for so many years and so long. I'm really starting to think that maybe this is kind of the Sonic movie, and it's just gonna be a full write-off. So recently, one of my other videos that I just did was about the Q&A. Polymeshes are cursed. It's insulting. It's toxic. It's offensive. It's unprofessional. Before I even saw this movie. So a lot of people are going to say, well, you're just complaining because of the live action movie. Nope. The day before the live action movie came out, I did this video on this Q&A. So I went through the entire Q&A and reviewed every answer, talked about every answer, and same thing. It's ridiculous how much of a dumpster fire, and how the people that are supposed to be running this thing are not in charge or in control of it. It's running them. And that's why you get stuff like this. So, thanks for watching. Again, I'm CyberX with Outlandishly Crafted, and this has been another just disappointing, depressing, disheartening, offensive, out of touch, frustrating, failure. I think that that first video is running at somewhere around 500 to 700,000 likes. So 500 likes, 700,000 dislikes. So it's just completely being bombed out of existence. So yeah, I place my vote of no confidence in Mojang's team. And more, this might have to be moved into Microsoft's team if they're not going to hold these people accountable and fire them and get them out of charge of this stuff and put people that know what they're doing in charge. So there you go. Another poor decision for another IP that's being just kicked to the curb and destroyed. We saw Star Wars, Star Trek, Borderlands. We've seen Halo, Destiny, I don't know, the list is like 50 or 60 IPs that these DEI hires and this diversity group have just destroyed. Hundreds of millions of dollars of IPs and customers' loved content has just been ruined and destroyed because of these people that don't seem to be able to be fired and removed so this stuff stops happening. At what point is the bleeding and the damage and the destruction going to stop? Microsoft fired their DEI team 40 to 50 days ago. So we were really hoping we were going to start seeing some of these DEI hires get removed from these positions and the best of the best put back in position so that this doesn't happen. But it looks like it's way too late. The damage has already been done. So there it is. Good luck.